When you start preparing for your learner that you're working with, you want to be able to make sure that you can get through the subjects, through the lessons, but then that they acquire the skills and the knowledge of it. So they don't want to take a test. You want to be able to see that they have completed and mastered it. And what we do at the end of every book is something called the checkup. I'm not going to go through the entire checkup. I'm just going to tell you that it exists because you're going to get to the last lesson. You're going to close the book and go, well, we are done with level two. How do you know that they acquired all of the competencies and skills? You administer a checkup. It looks something like this. You request it. You either go to our website or you say, Jesse, I need a checkup. Or better yet, now that Abby is here, Abby's going to have access to all these things. You say, I need a checkup. Can you send it to me? Can you show me the video, the PDF version? Sure. And you are asking questions that are based off of the entire content of the book. As you're going through, they are writing their responses, and you are observing their responses. The one thing I wouldn't do in this example, this is an actual checkup, is don't use red. I don't ever write on the checkups themselves. I actually write notes on a separate page because I don't want them to see that I'm grading them wrong. Our job is to notice what they didn't get right. And if they didn't master enough of the content, we know we have to either bring that into the next book or we need to find another series that's at a similar level so that they can continue learning to gain those concepts. So there's different types of exercises. In this one, there's comprehension questions, there's reading questions, there's spelling where you're asking them to listen and write what you have. Um, this particular learner, the further along in the checkup, the more tired she was because she worked all day. And the tutor says, "Well, you want to take a break?" And she says, "No." And then she probably should have taken a break. But at the end of it, when you get done with your checkup, what you know is what your learner needs going forward. We don't ever repeat the book. If they did that poorly, where they were really having struggles that was all throughout the book, we would suggest that you take another book at the same level but in a different curricular series. Because a repeat means like what I flunked instead of, well, let's try to learn this a different way. Here's another book that we're going to go into. That way they can keep on learning without having that repeat. Because a lot of our learners, that was one of the biggest defeats is I flunked and I had to go backwards. So at the end of each book, for Laubach Way to Reading, there is a checkup, request it, walk your learner through it, take the notes that you need to see what your learner was strong in, and bring it into the next book. But never repeat the book unless they ask for it. That's a whole different story. It's like, I want to do the book again. I know I can do better. I'm like, okay, I guess we're gonna do that because they're grown and they made that choice. But you never make that choice for them.